Hey guys, this is Charles, and today we're going to talk about exercise videos on the Quest. One of my favorite things about this format is the ability to get involved in games and kind of exercise. I really like the Xbox Kinect, and I was kind of sad when they took that away. So this has kind of been really exciting for me to see the changes in the ability to exercise in games, although it can be dangerous because you're going to run into stuff if you don't be careful and stuff. I'll quickly go over my top of the list. Beat Saber is probably number one. It is really not that intense as far as exercise goes, so if you have any shoulder injuries or hip injuries, you're probably going to be perfectly fine. There's ways to kind of use your wrist instead of your full arm, but it is a lot more fun when you start using your full arm to do the swiping motions inside of the game. Thrill of the Fight is one of the best workouts I've seen inside the game. So there's you fight opponents, and the rounds are very long, so there's lots of punching, lots of shoulder work, and you're pretty worn out by the end of the fight. Creed is similar, but it's more arcadey and more thematic. So if you like the theme of like a boxing and your progression against candidates and you want to win, Creed is easier to beat than Thrill of the Fight. Honestly, the very first fight I was in with Thrill of the Fight on like level 1, I barely won, and I was almost like nervous to go to level 2. So the next would be Pistol Whip. Pistol Whip is really good with going up and down, like squats and things like that. So it's really not an arm movement game, but it's more about ducking and dodging. So you're using your gun, you're doing a one-arm motion the whole time, but there is so much leg movement as far as dodging left, dodging right, squatting to avoid people shooting at you, that it's really an immersive experience, and it's fast-paced too. Pistol Whip, and then Supernatural is available, and I think the subscription is like $20 a month. It gets new content every day. There is a Beat Saber type mechanic with your arms, but is focused towards a workout. So there's lots of squatting as far as ducking and dodging, turning and swinging your arms. There's progression inside the game that monitors how many points you get for certain things, and like completing low, medium, high level type things. There's meditation, which the meditation stuff is really good. I never really have done meditation before, but I did a couple of them, and it was absolutely amazing. Like the visual scenery inside of the game, you go inside, you're in this 3D environment in a foreign country, and you're working out on a platform basically, and the instructors will lead you through all of this. And again, there's new content every day. Fit XR has the same concept, but they have a lot of new content, but the problem is it's animated instructors. So it's actual voices, but animated instructions. So you're watching them and following them. And I really like Beat Saber better. Some people like Fit XR better, but I like the reason the 3D environments, the exercise feels cleaner. Sometimes I have a hard time following somebody. They tell me to do something, by the time I get it down, they're already changing and stuff. So let's take a few minutes of each game if you have time. I wanted to go over the my general favorites first, because there's nothing worse than watching a whole video of people trying to drag it on for 60 minutes. There's a lot of cool music in here. You can basically go down the list and select a song. We're just going to pick one here. I feel like I have controllers backwards. Okay, I do. So you can see there's easy, normal, and hard, and it's the expert mode on these is incredibly hard. I don't know how some people do it. And then there's Expert Plus. There's a 360 revolving platform, which kind of turns around. You've got 90-degree angle if you like, or just straight on normal. I'm going to go for normal and just kind of do a quick show here. So you can see these come at you. You basically swipe at these according to the direction of the cubes, and it gets more and more complicated as far as rhythms. There's a lot of thinking here as far as what's coming next, how do I get my lightsaber, and this is super easy mode. You can set it to no fail, so you don't have to worry about, but you can see I missed one there, and you just basically follow the patterns. So again, you want to kind of use your full arm and not do the wrist flicking techniques. It's still fun to do the wrist flicking. You can do a lot faster that way. But if you want exercise, that's probably the worst way to do it, but you can still have fun. All right, so let's go back to apps. And Thrill of the Fight is probably next. So I don't know how long as it's going to take for me to load this. And this and Creed are very similar. And it basically checks your height when you first play, so that's why you look at the camera. It basically measures your height and where you are. So you'll use the controllers to move forward. So that's me to step back into my corner. You can quit by grabbing the towel. And you'll see this is kind of amazing. You do gut punches and all kinds of stuff like this. But you'll do this for like 10 minutes. And you can definitely see a good workout there. I don't think this is the guy I fought last time. I think I must be in the training or something, because I was fighting some Russian dude and he was bad. Alright, so that's Thrill of the Fight. Creed is very similar, but you'll see Sylvester Stallone in it. And you can tell I'm already breathing a little bit hard from just doing that. Pistol Whip, we'll do real quick here. And this is one of my favorite games slash exercise things, just because I need more legs myself. I do have a bad shoulder. I've used Pistol Whip a lot to help recover from that, and also Supernatural has really been really good as far as keeping me moving those shoulders that I really don't use. So I work in IT, always sitting in a chair, so it's really good to loosen them up, and it makes it fun too. Apologize for the delays. I really don't have a way to pause, and there's different modes because I'm on an iPhone recording this. So there's different modes: easy, normal, and hard. So we're just going to click easy to make it. So in this game, you're basically moving down a conveyor belt, right? And there's going to be people popping up. You're looking around and watching out for them. You've got a gun in your hand. You want to shoot the bad guys, and they're trying to shoot you. And initially, you can see how your range of motion on your legs is kind of moving left and right. And I don't know how my left hand got to be the main controller. But as it gets harder, there are going to be more and more opponents popping up from random places. To reload, you just go down. So I'm going to die here pretty quickly. This is a great game. So I'm dead. Alright, so let's quit that one. And then Supernatural I'm going to show you real quick. Everything's real quick, right? So there is a subscription for this. You do get a free trial. I can't remember how long the trial lasts. But you can make friends on here. We actually have a group who does like chatting. Like during the game, so we exercise together. We can track our leaderboards together. You'll see that when I get into the game here in a second. You can kind of monitor. It also allows multiple people to be on the same quest. So if you're multiple people in the same household, so this is the 3D environment. And this is the very first one. And each person can be tracked individually. And so now you'll see low, high intensity, stretching and workout, medium. The songs on here are really good. Here's your leaderboard with all my friends, and right now I'm in 17th place for the week. You can pair a device to monitor your heart. You can sort by genre. You can sort by coach. Leanne is one of my favorites, so let's take a look at one of hers. So this is it. These are the songs that are associated with her. This is the Nutcracker, which was actually pretty good. It was kind of felt like a conductor actually doing stuff. So it's got that Beat Saber mechanic where balls are flying at you and you're swatting with these swords, but they change, and there's also like triangles where you have to duck up and down to do the squats and things like that. They have a nice warm-up routine here, and she'll walk you through that. If you don't want to do the warm-up, you can do skip warm-up and go right into the game. So you see the circle that's facing you here. And basically, when you see those triangles, you want to do a squat. I'm not going to do them, of course, because I'm seated in a chair. And the more power that you put on something, the better power rating that you'll get, the better points you'll get for the game. And as you can see, this is starting to spin around. So you got to make sure when you play this, you have room, because I'm already running outside my boundary here. So that's the general concept of that. And it is great, but expensive, unfortunately. And lastly, we'll take a look at FitXR. And this is going to be immersive in your legs and your arms, because there are actual instructors walking you through a workout routine, where Supernatural is kind of geared towards a gaming environment where you're not really, you're listening to the music, you're almost dancing and enjoying that. Oh, and there's one thing else I wanted to do, which was Synth Riders is similar to Beat Saber and has a multiplayer environment, which is a lot of fun. This kind of looks like it's actually virtual, but I've noticed that nobody ever waves back when you look in these. So there's really, it's all fake, right? But it's a good, there's punching you could do. There's exercise classes in here. It's definitely not as fun without the music, but I'm afraid with copyrights. And then I was supposed to duck there. Maybe that was supposed to be a punch-out. So this is a good workout too, but it doesn't have the 3D environment like Supernatural does. The multiplayer feel, and then also we use Oculus Chat to have group parties, and so we can all talk to each other while we're working out. And we basically all open the app and we all just start the same routine at the same time. Let's see. Synth Riders. So Synth Riders has a lot of music available to it. It's not as common, like Beat Saber tends to have more popular music. Synth Riders has a lot of content available, but it's not as popular. It does have an interesting, if you like older style music, like 40s jazz, there's some interesting 40s jazz that works really well with the working out routine. There is a multiplayer mode here. You can create a room, you can find a room with somebody else and play with them. But for right now, we're going to play solo. We're going to do, we'll do normal, just to kind of compare to Beat Saber. Pick our song from this list, and as you can see, there's a lot more songs on this one. There's albums down here. Right, these are all the songs that are available. So I just pick a song and press play. And again, like Beat Saber, there's going to be things coming at you and things to avoid. Oops. And so the ducking and dodging will happen in this one too. Audio Trip is my favorite, but it does not have a very wide music format or music library. And I'll also find myself cheating in this one a lot, like just holding my hand out instead of like punching. Probably get more power if you punch. And this is, green means like you can use either hand. That's it. So I really like Synth Riders for the multiplayer aspect of the game. It's very similar to the Beat Saber and others, but the multiplayer, you can actually talk to other players without using Oculus Chat, just random people if you like. So that can be fun. There are organized events through that through their channel for Saturday night dance fever dance offs and stuff. And so Audio Trip to me has the best experience, has the less music, and it is a full workout because the way the bars come at you when you're to do the ducking and the squats and things like that are kind of similar to FitXR. It's got a very low bar. You've got a lot of dodging going on. Some really good music, but again, you're only looking at maybe 20 songs here. That's all. There's no multiplayer aspect of it unless you do like Oculus Chat to have group parties, but it's not as good as that. So this video is basically just a quick intro to most of them, and it really is kind of what you're looking for in a game. More gameplay or more exercise. This to me is the best combination of both. It doesn't have the multiplayer aspect. Synth Riders has the best multiplayer aspect. Beat Sabers has the biggest base. There is a multiplayer aspect, but you can't talk on it. And there's no way to really make friends through the game. So the best part about the Oculus for me is the whole interactive format of being able to make friends and contact others and say, hey, do you want to have a party and play certain games? Putt-putt golf is great, and not a great workout video, but it's like really fun just to kind of walk around a golf course and putt-putt a little bit. Echo VR is an amazing experience, especially if you've never done virtual reality for the first time. So you're flying around and basically using your controllers to fly through the air. So you really have a feeling of competitive spirit of playing basketball with frisbees and getting into the end zone there. And sometimes there's a lot of kids yelling in there, but you can pick the mature lobby. There is 2 lobbies there, the mature lobby and the open to everybody. And with COVID, there's just so many people in there right now, and it's hard to regulate who's playing with you. But sometimes the screaming and the name calling can get a little annoying. But you can block all those people out, or individual people if you like. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and have fun picking out a game or an exercise video that suits your needs. Take care.